You see the market going up, 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 up. That means it's finna go down. Alter ego, Satoshi Nakamoto. Alter ego, Satoshi Nakamoto. Going up, 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 up. That means it's finna go down. Alter ego, Satoshi Nakamoto. Alter ego, Satoshi Nakamoto.
Good morning everyone, welcome to another episode of the Crypto Wave. It is me, Jolly V, and today we have this beautiful graph. We have been pumping for more than a week. Let's dive straight into it. Today we'll start with spider lines. And also, if you look down below here, you can see that I have an open trade on Ethereum. I have 10,000 contracts opened at the 2600 level, and right now we are losing $46, which is not too much, but a little bit. Let's just keep this trade open and see how it develops through the stream. Like I was saying, here we are looking at the spider web that I drew last week, and we are respecting these trend lines. As you can see, like I said, we should pump into the ocean, and we have pumped into the Emasar ocean. We have tested it, and right now we are holding it. We are below it, but we are holding it as support. The 50 EMA is holding the price as support. It has crossed above the 200 EMA here on the 26th of July. And from there we started pumping all the way into the ocean, testing it and confirming it as support, breaking above this trend line. And as you can see, the next trend line is right around the 45k level. And if we get up to this trend line and break above it, we are gonna flip bullish. These Emasar bands, as you can see right now, we are in a no trend zone, so there is not a trend in Bitcoin right now. And if we can go and pump above the underworld, this is the underworld, and this is where the trends go to die. So if we can pump the price above the underworld and above this trend line, we will flip bullish, and right here it will be a confirmation. If we break above it, come down, test it, confirm it as support, the trend will flip bullish and we will be in a bull trend. Again, that will be the confirmation, guys, so let's keep on watching this closely. Emasar is in a no trend zone. Right now we are testing the 50 EMA as support. If this one fails to confirm as support, we will test the 200 EMA, which is right around the 36k level, which could be quite possible. We have tested that level around here, but this has not been too strong, too big of a test, so we might come down to these levels again, or to this trend line, which is right around the 37k level. Right now the 50 EMA is holding us. Let's see how this develops, as we have a trend line here, and if we can pump above this, the US markets have opened just half an hour from now. If we can continue holding this as support and pump, don't expect the price to come down to 36k level. If this one breaks, expect it to come down somewhere between 37k and the 36k level. Looking at market Cipher, since yesterday the money flow has come down a little bit. VWAP is coming down too. We have a momentum wave which is still not trying to clip, so I'm expecting that money flow would come down a little bit more. Or if that doesn't happen, the momentum wave will start curving up. We will get a green dot here. And oh, Ethereum trade is in profit right now. Good one, good one. So like I was saying, if the VWAP continues on moving on up, the money flow will continue moving on up, and we will get a green dot here. And if we get a green dot here, that will be a confirmation of the 50 EMA as support, and we will continue on pumping our way maybe into the 45k level. If the money flow continues to move down, the VWAP will also move down. The momentum wave will continue to move down a little bit more, but I'm expecting that money flow should be able to maintain itself above the zero line and continue in the green, and the momentum wave would come down a little bit more, but not too much. I'm not expecting too much of a wave to come down. I'm expecting something, if the momentum wave keeps coming down, I'm expecting something like this. Maybe it will come down to that level and form a bullish divergence. Well, not a divergence, but form a bullish pattern with the anchor wave here and the trigger wave here. So that's why I'm expecting something like this, if we cannot maintain the upwards movement. But looks like we are maintaining the upwards movement. That's it for Emasar and market Cipher. Let's look at look at this. This was the Wyckoff accumulation pattern that we were following, guys. So this was a failed phase D. Phase D, the pump that is happening here should have happened here. That would be the SOS and the bullish support. So we can move this shit here, and the sign of strength here, and maybe, just maybe, phase E will be there and this here. So like this, it makes sense again. So we were at support, we tested support, we have a bullish last point of support, and then we have a sign of strength. So this would be the sign of strength. We entered the resistance lines, and right now we are confirming, trying to gather support at the 50 EMA, and if this confirms, we will have a sign of strength, another one here, and this would be the real sign of strength, where we pump our way through the resistance lines and would end the phase D and start phase E. Phase E would be a pump into the 50k level. That would be phase E. So looking at the ADX and DI, we can see that the ADX is coming down, the bull DI, which was up, is coming down too. We have the bear DI crossing the bull DI, but pay attention that this bear DI doesn't have too much strength as the ADX is coming down. So I'm expecting that the bullish DI, when the ADX resets, when the ADX comes right around these levels and touches the DIs, I'm expecting the bull DI to cross back above the bearish DI again, and for the ADX to continue moving on up, taking the bullish DI with it. So I'm expecting this will hold as support and then another pump. Right now in the RSI, we are testing the bullish zone. We are falling a little bit below it. Yeah, we are entering the bear zone. But if we can hold this as support, we will pump again into the bullish zone. That's what I'm looking at. You can see that we entered the bull zone on the 21st of July, and we are being bullish since then. We tested it here. This was the first test on the 30th of July. And since then we have gone up, and right now we are testing the bearish border zone for the bearish zone. So if we are not able to hold this, we will enter the bearish zone, and if we enter the bearish zone, I'm expecting that the price would come down into the 200 EMA, into the 35k level, like I said before, looking into Emasar and market Cipher. So also looking into RSI, it's telling us the same thing, the same story, but I'm not expecting a sharp movement like this downwards. I'm expecting at least a retest of this one and a failed breakout above this resistance line. If we get something like this, if we are not able to break above this resistance line, this is what I'm expecting: a drop into the 200 EMA, which would be somewhere around there, which would be somewhere around the 37k level, and then we would hold this and break above the resistance lines. This would be a W pattern, not that unusual to happen in Bitcoin. So this is the two scenarios that I'm expecting: either a confirmation of the 50 EMA and the break above the resistance lines, or a failed break above the resistance lines and the drop down into the 200 EMA. But I'm favoring more the bullish pattern because the ADX is losing its strength. Although the bear DI is above the bull DI, I'm expecting this to cross again and the bull DI to gain strength, and for the first bullish pattern to continue to develop. That's what I'm expecting. The Ethereum trade is looking good, $93 in profit. It is looking good. Let's keep it open. For now, I don't think we are hitting resistance levels. Let's look at Trader and see what Trader is telling us. Okay, so Trader is telling us that we were hitting some kind of resistance which has been taken out. So I will play, okay, we are hitting resistance again. This is it. We are hitting some resistance. As you can see, we have 70 millions of resistance at the 2700 levels. This is Ethereum on Binance, 5-minute chart. We have spot selling and we have perpetuals starting to close their long positions, so they are starting to get short. But look down here below, we have whales accumulating. So this is what is pumping the price on the last days. Every time we get these 25% bands going large like this, we get a pump. So this is what has been happening. As you can see here, it happened the same thing. They went large and we got a pump. So we have 23 millions of support and 71 of immediate resistance. the most amount of resistance is between the 28 and the 2700 level, being that we have 150 millions. Above us, we need, if we are to move 10% from where we are, we need to clear through 150 millions of resistance. And if we get a move down, for example 5 or 10%, if we get a 10% move down, we have roughly 100 millions supporting us at the 2400 level. So if we fail to break above this resistance, we will get maybe a move down into the 2400 levels. So I might close a little bit of this trade. For now, let's keep it open. Let's zoom in on the order book, and as we can see, we can expect a pump into the 2800 level, maybe if we clear this resistance. This is what trader is telling us for Ethereum. Let's just really quick look at the Emasar chart for Ethereum. As you can see, we are hitting the ocean, but as you can see, the Ethereum has failed to break above the ocean. We are hitting it. It is being heavy resistance for us now. It is in the 26, roughly the 2700 level, 26 and 70. That's our resistance for Ethereum. I'm expecting maybe a move down if we cannot break above this resistance. Trader was telling us that we had a lot of support at the 2400 level, and that is because that's where the 50 EMA is. So people are stacking their buy orders here. Maybe we get a move down somewhere around into the 2400 level. And if we fail to hold that as support, we will move down into the 2200, which is where the 200 EMA is. Right now Emasar is in a no trend zone. This is the 4-hour Ethereum chart, and I'm expecting a green dot here on market Cipher. As you can see, we have VWAP moving on up, money flow is starting to curve up again. So I'm expecting that market Cipher will post a green dot here like this one, and maybe another momentum wave, and that's where I'll close my long. If we get the green dot here on the 4 hours, I'm sure that we will break above the ocean and hit resistance at the 2800 level. That's what I'm expecting for Ethereum. Now let's move on into Bitcoin in Trader. Really quick to look at the order book, see where the resistance is. So as I was thinking about closing some of my position, you can see that other traders did the same, thought the same, and closed a little bit of their positions. So that's why price is moving down. Looking into Bitcoin now, we can see that we had some kind of a bottom here at the 39k level. We are pumping now into the 39.6. The spot markets are accumulating heavily, they are buying heavily. Perpetual markets are selling a little bit. So I'm taking that this is people closing their long positions, the longs that were open here. People are closing them here. Looking at the order book, I'm expecting a move into the 40k level, which has only 51 millions of resistance, and if we are able to break above this, I'm expecting a move into the 42k level. Let's zoom out a little bit here. So as you can see, we have 122 millions of resistance at the 41k level. I'm expecting at least a move into those levels, as we have a lot of support below us. We have 82 millions supporting the price at the 39k level and 160 millions total of support at the 38k level, which is a good amount of support. This is roughly the same, well, this is half the amount of resistance that we have in support, and then we have the same amount at the next level, at the 5% level. So I'm expecting a move on upwards into the 41k level. As you can see, almost everyone is buying. Only perpetuals are taking a little bit of profit of their long positions, but I'm expecting a continued move onto the upside. Let's look into CryptoQuant. Looking into CryptoQuant, the taker and buyer seller ratio, we still have this yellow line in the green box, so we are still in a buy zone. Right now we are entering it again, so I'm expecting that we dip down a little bit. The price will come down also a little bit too, but I'm expecting that we stay inside this green box, and when we touch this again and we break above this one again, I'm expecting a move like this one again. So I'm expecting that we come down here, accumulate a little bit, and then break above this, and also the price will pump once we break above this. Looking into the all exchanges to derivative flow, this tracks the movement of coins from spot exchanges, from all exchanges that are not derivatives, to derivatives exchanges. So like I said on the last time, we are at levels only seen at the start of the bull run. So this is bull run number 2 starting here. Either this is bull run number 2 starting here, or this is bear market starting here. So I'm pointing more for a bull run phase 2 starting here. As you can see, at these low levels, huge amount of coins were transferred to derivative exchanges. If you put 2 and 2 together, you can think that for sure these are guys opening legacy long positions here on these low levels. If you were Elon Musk, Michael Saylor, if you had access to leverage, unregulated markets, for sure you would be opening legacy long positions here. And when I say legacy, it's like positions that you can hold through the bear market, almost through all of the bear market, because I think that this is bull market phase number 2, and when we get to the bear market, we will not get as low as this. But let's see what happens. As you can see, we are reaching extreme levels of coins moving into derivative exchanges, extreme levels. Analyzing the exchanges net flow, exchanges inflow, outflow, everything still looks normal. You can see we had a huge drop in Bitcoin on all exchanges. This is a big drop, guys, so a big pump is coming. These signs, you see, we had a big drop here and then we had a pump. Guys, this means that someone accumulated big. Someone bought a lot of reserve Bitcoins. This was the start of the bull market. Look at the amount of Bitcoin in reserves. It was really low. And here the same, right now the same. We are falling a lot. So I'm thinking that this will induce a supply shock and that Bitcoin will keep on pumping as more Bitcoin is being taken out of the reserves. Look here. Yesterday there was a big outflow of Bitcoins. So, which coincided with this drop in reserve. You see a huge drop in the Bitcoin reserves. So it was 60k Bitcoins, 70, 81, 96, 96k, almost 100k, 97, 98, almost 100k of Bitcoin were taken out of exchanges yesterday. So guys, expect the pump to keep on going and expect a huge supply shock coming. This was it for me today. I hope you liked this stream. I'm still keeping this trade open. It's down to half of the percentage that it was. I'm still keeping it open. I'm expecting a pump into the 2800 level. If not, I will surely close it, but for now I will keep it open. This was it from me. See you on the next episode of the Crypto Wave.